Hi there, I'm Lyndon Thorpe. Welcome to Mindful Moments, Touch Your Heart Every Day. This is day 2. I'm here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, just for 30 minutes to help you lay down a foundation of mindfulness to sustain your busy life. Okay. And this week, we're very much thinking about whole body listening. Our digital life is really playing havoc with the way we hear the world. The noise that we're exposed to all the time is certainly having an effect on our cognitive powers. And to my horror, we can find this happening to children at school. They appear to be deaf, not hearing what they're told. And after medical checks and things, their hearing is fine. So there's a cognitive lapse here. And it means that children, when they're very young, are so exposed to digital devices that they don't naturally develop the first stage of listening, which is getting meaning from sound without words. That's an extra layer on top. When we're born and when we are infants, we get meaning from sound alone. And we don't start to understand words for, 2 or 3 years. There's a huge problem happening in children who are overexposed to digital noise. So in today's mindful practice, we're going to do some whole body listening. This is the way to counteract all the digital noise. And if you do this every day, you will be balanced. Your body, your mind, your unlimited mind, and your spirit will be nicely balanced, and that will keep you from any cognitive lapses. Of course, when people burn out, very often they stop understanding what people are saying to them. So it's the same thing. Too much exposure to the digital is not good for our human sensitivities and our senses. So, you need to balance them by doing whole body listening, which is what ancient people do and what animals do, not just depending on the ears. The ears are a very small part of the listening process. We are taught that the intellect needs us to listen with our ears, but in fact, the whole body is capable of listening. So let's get started. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you're here again, thank you. And basically, I'm going to ask you to sit with your spine vertical. That's the best way to get the most benefit from this practice. Crown of your head going up into the sky, base of your spine down into your seat, or if you're standing, down through your feet, making a connection between the planet beneath you and the heavens above you. And human beings are the link. We are the link of consciousness, and other creatures don't have consciousness. So we are indeed very, very special earthlings. And the second thing is, in a moment, I'm going to sound my bell. So I'd like you to allow your eyelids to fall, but don't close your eyes entirely because you could get sleepy. And mindfulness is about awareness, becoming more aware. So keep your eyes open a little bit and gaze at the tip of your nose. This will help you to stay alert. Okay, let's start. Wonderful. This is a great investment of your time. And we've got a couple of people with us. We've got King, my favorite property dealer, who follows me wherever I go. A wonderful hi, King. And we've got another LinkedIn user who says, I'm really enjoying this. Thank you. And King says, great session. Thank you so much. Okay, so as you come down into your core, as you cut out all the visual stimuli and settle down to listen to my voice, that's all you have to do. This is non-doing. You don't have to do anything. Just follow my voice. And as you settle down, you'll start to notice one or two things. The first one is you become really aware of your breath. When our eyes are open and we're overwhelmed by visual stimuli and using our limited mind, our intellectual mind all the time, we rarely notice our breath. And most people breathe very shallowly, which is not good for you. We need some deep, conscious breathing. So as you come down into your lovely, quiet, still core, please notice your breath and breathe with it. You don't need to change anything. You simply just have to breathe with your breath. Conscious breathing has enormous benefits on all aspects of your human essence. And the other thing you may notice is your tendency to generate words and even images as I speak. You don't need to do that here, because in the invisible world, where the visual is not present, we don't need symbols. In the visual world, we do need symbols, words, images, etc. But here, we don't. Sound is enough. And sound came long, long before words or images. It's ancient. So, don't generate any words or images. You don't need them. Just follow my voice. Okay, let's start stage 1. Now we're away from the visual. I want you to concentrate all the energy of your mind into a strong laser beam. Bright, hot, focused. And in a moment, you're going to very smoothly and slowly slide your laser beam outside your immediate environment, outside your walls and windows, outside your ceilings and roof. If you're in a vehicle, outside the vehicle. And if you're already outdoors, as far afield as you can. And in that outer environment, we're going to start scanning little by little with our laser beam. And we're going to detect any vibrations as far afield as we can. Tribal peoples can do this at a range of 7 to 10 miles. We've lost the art, but in this practice, we're going to regain that amazing skill. So start to scan with your laser mind above, below, to the left, to the right, in front, and behind. Scanning thoroughly, detecting any kind of vibration, no matter how small or large, how far or near. And when you do come upon a vibration, pause, accept, and move on. No need for words or labels or guessing. Sound is concrete. We can just accept it. We don't need to name it. Okay, so scan now as far afield as you can, remembering that animals and tribal peoples can really cover incredible distance with their whole body listening. And as you listen, be aware that you're using your whole body from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes, like a tiger in the jungle. Every vibration is vital to survival. Could be the next meal. It might be a threat. So scan the exterior environment with your whole body, every skin pore, every hair follicle aware and alert, like a beautiful tiger hunting. No distractions. Wonderful. Be meticulous. Don't miss any vibration. And your laser beam mind will illuminate many things. All your energy, pour it into your laser beam mind and scan carefully as far afield as you can. And in the background, always your breath, supporting you, sustaining you. Wonderful. Let's move on to stage 2. Slide the laser beam of your mind inside your immediate environment, inside your walls, windows, ceilings, inside your vehicle. And if you're outdoors, make a 30-meter radius around you and scan up to that limit. And start to scan in detail, illuminating every dark corner, detecting every vibration above, below, to the left, to the right, in front, and behind, using your whole body from crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Wonderful. And in the background, always your breath. And it's deepening now as you drop your shoulders and soften your chest. And the rhythm is changing. Down in the core of you, we breathe deeply and slowly. So feel your whole body involved in that breath. Take a moment to have deep gratitude for your breath. It's unconditional. You breathe between 20 and 24,000 times every 24 hours without thinking, without doing. It's non-doing. For 50, 60, 70, 80, even 90 years. It's a fantastic asset, your most valuable asset. Wonderful. Okay, let's move to stage 3. And don't worry if you're finding the scanning difficult or strange. Come back tomorrow and we'll practice again. And you can always use my Lodestone product, So you can do this whenever you like. Okay, let's come to stage 3. Bring that laser beam of your mind inside your body, right down to the tips of your toes, and start to scan along the tops of your feet, along the soles of your feet towards the heels, illuminating, detecting, remembering that bones and muscles and blood have vibrations. Everything vibrates in the universe. And then move your laser mind, bright and hot, inside your ankle joints. Soften them, warm them, soften the cartilages. Then we'll start to scan up the lower leg, little by little, inch by inch, detecting any vibrations, and eventually we'll encounter the calf muscles. The calf muscles are often hard from bombardment of gravity and from overuse, bad posture. So take the heat and light of your mind inside those muscles and soften them, warm them. Slide up into your knee joints, make space, illuminate. Bright, hot knee joints, soften the cartilage. Then let's move on to your thighs, the longest bone and muscle in most adults. So start to scan upward if you're standing and along if you're sitting, meticulously, little by little, detecting any vibration. Moving slowly, steadily, confidently. And eventually you'll encounter the torso. This is the greatest energy center of the whole body. If you had a heat camera now, if you were in good condition, this would be the hottest place in your body, the base of your spine. It's also the place of birth for humans, women, and procreation for men, and elimination. And if humans don't eliminate toxins, then they won't survive. So it's an essential part of the body. Then we encounter the coccyx, tiny little bones between 3 and 5. So scan up those little bones. They used to be your tail when you were a different kind of mammal. And then you come to the beefy bones of the lumbar spine. These are big, weight-bearing bones, bone, disc, and climb up the back of the body behind the pelvis, bone, disc, up behind the intestines, bone, disc. And the bones are getting smaller now, the discs also. And the discs are white cartilage, so take the heat and light of your mind to soften them. Climb up behind the solar plexus, which is the center of gravity of your body, bone, disc, and up behind your diaphragm, the breathing muscle, bone, disc, and eventually you encounter the rib cage. Inside the rib cage, all your vital organs, especially your heart, is magnificent. It gives off magnetic vibrations 60 times bigger than the brain. Your heart is your true brain. So climb up behind your heart, bone, disc, and eventually come to the top part of the chest. And this is where your lungs are placed, flickering away, processing oxygen 24/7 for 90 years possibly. Climb up behind your lungs, bone, disc, and then reach your hand up to the back of your neck, and you'll find a notch there, the base of your neck. And from here on up, the spine gets much smaller. The bones are smaller, the discs are smaller, bone, disc, and eventually the spine disappears inside the skull. And right at the top, near the crown of your head, is the atlas joint. And this is where the skull balances. And human beings are master communicators because we have over 10,000 different orientations of the head and facial expressions at our disposal. And there you have it. You're at the crown of the head, your spine has lengthened, and you've only used the power of your mind. No doing, no stretching. Your mind is incredibly powerful. Let's put it to good use. When you detect the vibrations of my bell, please allow your eyelids to float open and gaze ahead. Wonderful. There you have it. Glorious. Your lengthened spine, your deepened breath, and your whole body is aware and alert. And you've been using whole body listening, which will really tone up your vagus nerve and ensure that you're getting all the right feedback to your brain from your body. I'll talk more about the vagus nerve tomorrow. And the vagus nerve will protect you from losing your sense of hearing, which, as I mentioned at the beginning, many children are doing. So let's stimulate the vagus nerve and it will start to work beautifully. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you, King, and another user who was gracious enough to comment. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. I'll be here again then. Bye-bye.